Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to Mind Your Crypto. Today we have Bitcoin and the news. Before we begin, do not forget to join our monthly subscription, Patreon/Mind Your Crypto. You're going to get benefits from every market. If it is bearish, if it is bullish, it doesn't even matter. You're going to take profits whatever the market there is. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. Let's start right now with the interest hike rates that they have been increased from 1.5 to 1.75%. This is absolutely insane. We have to see this from 1994. And what we are going to do right now, and a longer term graph right here, is that I'm going to zoom in so you can see it clearly. From 2023, we are going to have around 3.75, okay, 3.75 interest rate, and then it is going to start slowing down on 2024, and for the longer term we are going down to the 2.50 again. So I think that this has no end, especially within 2023. We are going to see the worst of the economies right there, because the inflation will keep getting higher and higher. And the thing right here is that you do not know how the war will end, right? You do not know what it will happen after, because this graph right here, this dot plot, is something that could be done, right? The 3.75 of course could be the highest, but the 4 could be the highest as well. The 4.50 could be the highest, and maybe even higher. So really, they projected raising it to 3.4 by year end. Look at that, implying another 175 basis points of tightening this year. This is insane. We are going for a deep recession. Please avoid doing many things. I think that it will affect, of course, the market as well of Bitcoin. Right now, what Bitcoin did though is something spectacular, and I wanted to share with you. Okay, the fact that on the daily frame we ignored closing below the 22.8k, the 22k, sorry, was a very good sign. At the end of the day though, we found rejection in one of the most important resistance levels to break above and to close above the 22.8, 22.9k. Look at that, we couldn't close above on the 4-hour frame, and therefore this is why we are correcting right now. Also, the 20-day MA is standing right there. So on the short term, we have not actually seen Bitcoin going up, and we are not so strong. Okay, we do not have the strength yet to go even higher for the short term. That means we could be going eventually a little bit further down, or we could go sideways right now between 20 and 22k, which is the most likely scenario for Bitcoin. Apart from that though, on the weekly frame, what Bitcoin has is a crazily oversold situation. We have seen that two times actually in the previous years, one on 2015 and one at 2018. Okay, and we are having it right now, 2022. We are going all the way down below the 30s. Look at that. It is crazily good to start accumulating right now. But the thing here, and the only problem is, and I will agree with that, from 2018 that Bitcoin has been worked on and it was released, we have not seen a recession. We saw a recession back on 2007, 2008, but that's it. And after, we didn't see a deep recession, right? A deep recession mode. Right now though, we are seeing something like that. And the thing here is, if risk metrics have any value, okay, if the RSI that's below 30s, if the monthly frame on BTC that we have seen this low right here, and you can see back on 2018 we always found support, for example, into this low or a little bit further down. Okay, now we are all the way down right here. If this is a deep recession and we are going, for example, for many months, many years below the 69k, and this was it for Bitcoin. Okay, I do not think though that Bitcoin will be struggling achieving another all-time high in the next 2 years. I think that BTC is very capable of going all the way up. The good news is that once we do not close on the weekly frame, especially below the 22k, everything is good. If we go and cross the 19.8k, then we are going all the way down to 17.7k. Okay, all right. So the next support level will lie around here. All right, 17.3, 17.7K. I will make a line around there if we cross the 19.8K down. Okay, if the price does something like this and it crosses 19.8K down, then for sure we are going down to the 17.8K. However, right now, as long as we are staying above the 22K, and especially on the weekly frame, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for to see what BTC will do on the weekly frame. Will it close above? Will it close below? Really waiting to see that. Of course, the 200 EMA, we are very lower, but for the 200 moving average, let's set the 200 moving average right here. We are just way a little bit further down, and this has always been our support line. Eventually we have closed below this line, but for a little, and then we just go higher. Okay, so Bitcoin, based on the previous historical cycles, should be just going a little bit sideways right here based on the 200 moving average as well though. Okay, because if we take all the things into consideration and all actually the previous bearish historical cycles right there, we are going to see that we had, for example, a more than 80% correction. Okay, so but never a lower low of this actually cycle that's the previous all-time high of the previous cycle. Okay, never though. We have never seen that, and now we are about to see that. We are about to see something and witness something that we have never seen before. BTC touching the previous all-time high. Anyway, the global economics are kind of in a weird situation right there. We are going into a deep recession. That's the most worried part right here, and that's the most worrying part actually. And what is going on with Bitcoin though? It is the opposite. Right now I'm seeing some very nice and confident price movements. Okay, I'm seeing on BTC, for example, right here on the 4-hour frame and on the daily frame, I'm seeing some good news, right? I'm seeing that BTC can manage to go even higher and to go all the way into the higher levels. All right, so you can see the daily frame right here, 21.7K right now. On the 1-hour frame or on the daily frame, actually for the short term, we could be seeing BTC floating sideways and then having a pump. We will see about that though. Stochastic RSI in an overbought situation, and when we react badly to the stochastic RSI in an overbought, this is in general bad. Okay, what we need to see is the price movement go and of course ignore the overbought of the stochastic RSI and move even higher. For now we are not seeing that. Always remember that the stochastic RSI is one of the first, if not the first, risk metrics that go into an overbought and into an oversold situation, because it is very sensitive to the price action. Okay, this is the reason, and this is why we are seeing the stochastic RSI first and how the price will respond. For now it responds bad, so I would assume that we can go further down on the short term. Okay, and we can maybe go and retouch the 21K, maybe to 28 to 20.8K, and therefore we are going to see what I have to propose to you and what I have actually to inform you about is that do not wait forever to start accumulating Bitcoin. What I mean by that, and according actually due to my experience from the 2017 and 2018, I think that you should be just starting to accumulate. I was waiting all this time until I accumulated, and here we were too afraid, right? We were too scared back then. We were thinking that maybe Bitcoin is going further down. Okay, but at the end of the day, if I had accumulated right here, okay, in this zone, then I would be in such a better position. I only put some money on the monthly scale, every month actually a little amount of money. But anyway, do not regret to accumulate. Actually, you won't regret to accumulate Bitcoin. Okay, you won't regret to accumulate Bitcoin, because Bitcoin right here is at levels of reaccumulation. Is at levels of reaccumulation phase, and trust me, you can see Bitcoin pumping up in no time, right? Maybe going a little bit sideways right here and pumping up, and everyone expects the 17K and the 14K and the 10K Bitcoin. However, this might never happen. Of course, now we are at the levels that you can DCA. Back here, you weren't at the levels you could DCA Bitcoin, because if you started DCAing from here, you would end up with no money down all the way into these price support levels. Okay, this is what I want to inform you about. This is what I want to advise you about. Okay, it is your choice, of course. It is your choice to buy, to sell, to do whatever you want. I'm just stating some facts there and my experience from 2017 to 2018, right? And it is very important to know that yes, we might be having an buying pressure that we couldn't forecast, right? And we will say that, oh, now if Bitcoin sits at around, let's say 28.7k or 27.3k and I didn't buy, right? So therefore, this is what I think about it. But anyway, I will agree that these times are different. We are going into a deep recession that I do not know if we can recover so easily right now. This is the first time Bitcoin is having something like that, and I want to see how it will react, especially going into the next halving on May 2024. I want to see really how the price will keep going right there. I do not expect a bullish year right now. I am personally, I expect a pump, but I do not expect in this year Bitcoin to reach the new all-time high, right? Okay, but I will just state the fact with the interest hike rates and so on. I will just state the fact that Bitcoin is kind of going alone sometimes, and it is crazy, right? Crypto market is crazy volatility right there. We do not know what will happen, but always prepare for the best and for the worst. Right now, seeing the short term, I would advise you to buy in for the short term. I would advise you to DCA Bitcoin for an investment. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to join our monthly subscription, Patreon/MindYourCrypto, and of course see you soon with many more videos. Bye.